For about the past 10 years, American embassies overseas have been opening American Corners, also called American Spaces, which are resource centers that offer information about the United States, English language materials, and access to the internet. The idea for the book bus started about 3 or 4 years ago almost, and it was really due to the unique geography and environment in Nepal. Because Nepal is hilly and there are many places where there are small towns where it's difficult to get to them, and there were no chance for children in those communities to get to some of the regional cities where we had American Corners.
Nepal has 7 American Corners outside Kathmandu valleys. After some time, what we found that there is demand in other villages of library services. So Book Bus has started serving to outside community through American Corners. So American Corners contacted other villages, and then we started sending a book bus to other villages to organize the programs related to the library and the library services we provide from American Corners.
We always try to go to local schools to do presentations, to do discussions about the United States. When we visit those schools, we're often shown the campus and the facilities, and we're always struck by the lack of libraries. Or if there is a library, there's something we call book jail. Because when you go into these small rooms that may have 2 or 3 shelves worth of books, they are behind lock and key. So the concept of having an open space for students to access books and information is pretty much non-existent across Nepal, even in Kathmandu.
In the schools, you don't see teachers teaching reading strategies. Usually the teacher is reading to the students, so they're listening orally rather than seeing the print themselves. The teachers have these texts that they don't really know how to interpret. The texts are old, the material they use is out of date, and they put it together in a way that doesn't make sense. So it's like this disjointed pieces of prose or poetry that the teacher doesn't really know how to work with. So the students are getting extremely limited exposure to text, and it's not conducive to reading skills, it's not conducive to learning. So the usual response to the book bus is like something completely new, a very new experience for them.
This is one of the first times, to my knowledge, that we've started an American space that's mobile. Things like access to the internet, access to electricity were also challenges. We didn't anticipate that the bus would be damaged by an elephant, which happened in southern Nepal. It's really important to be able to respond to challenges and also change the program and the vision of the bus to suit the communities.
And over here we have Dalang Tumampa, who is the driver of the book bus.
Embassy Library has a cooperative partnership with local organizations called Kyoto Co-op. So we have partnership with them. So they are the one who runs the book bus, but we always support them. Like Embassy develops a schedule where to send book bus, when, where, and how, what type of programs we do it.
So this is the way that we travel. Once we open up, what we normally do is we arrange the books down below as well. And the books are generally arranged according to age levels. So the youngest age group would be down at the bottoms where they can reach, and then each successive grade level is higher. So that's the exterior of the book bus. All the customization work was done in Nepal itself by a workshop here. In here you can see, like, we've taken out all the seats, and on one side we have this shelf. On the these inner shelves contain books that are primarily for teachers and for college students. And along with the book bus, we have a lot of instruments that travel with us. So we have a sound box, projectors, generators, a couple of laptops, and 8 iPads. And all the electronic equipment is powered by solar panels, which are on top of the book bus. And we can pretty much operate in any area without any power supply. The book bus's power supply allows us to operate all our equipment.
We communicate with them time to time. We organize meeting. We also receive requests for the book bus in our Facebook, and QC also receives email request for the book bus. So that way we take a book bus to different schools and colleges in Nepal.
So what the book bus does is basically it goes to schools, and the objective of visiting the school is to get the book bus to show the school teachers, students and administration what it is like to have a library in the school, and what use they could have of having a library, of having like a creative space in the school.
As you can see over there, we are doing the mapping work, and we are doing the children's session here, reading the DRR project, and we are doing the book bus readings, and we do like a slam poetry workshop, writing workshop, and we do like art, story reading also, and different kinds of arts classes are running. So these are the programs we are conducting right now in the school.
Other than that, we also work with the school teachers and administration in terms of showing them what they can do to establish a library, how they can use a creative space once they set up a library, and how they can maintain and keep replenishing the library through contacts with different organizations in Kathmandu that can support them.
For people who are from the United States, bookmobiles were used in rural areas where there was no library, but they were circulating. So a bookmobile would come to a town, people would be able to check out books, and then the bus would be back in a month, and you would be able to switch out your books. In this case, because Nepal's, the terrain's very remote and a little difficult to get around to. We don't have a capacity to have circulating books, but what we do have are some books that we donate. We benefit from having relatively inexpensive books published in India, mostly for children, so we're able to give a few boxes of books to every community where we stop.
They are very amazed by the book bus. First, they haven't seen such a library. They don't have library facilities in their schools. So seeing the book bus, they are very excited, and at the same time they are very happy.
Our children can learn many things from the book bus. They are doing many activities. So our students are also very happy. I think it's great for a community school. Many community schools have no library.
As a public affairs section, our goal in Nepal is to reach out to youth audiences and to inspire young people with stories about the United States and U.S. culture, and also introduce them to the U.S. and sort of a global culture through technology. It's particularly relevant in Nepal as Nepal goes through its own transition to a more democratic and inclusive country. So there's been a lot of ways that we've used the book bus to really explain American culture and explain democracy that we think are really going to help young people as they build their strong and we hope very prosperous Nepal. So the book bus has a combination of both printed materials, and it has access to the internet through iPads, and we use those in combination, and I think that combination is very important. Yes, in Nepal, internet penetration is expanding, but access to high-speed quality internet is still very, very limited for most people, and many children in Nepal have yet not used the internet at all, and have not even seen a book with pictures in it before. So we believe the combination of having the advanced technology of the iPad and having the internet resources available is great, and we like to do that, but also just having the access to a book is something that's really new and special for many visitors to the book bus. So the book bus has been running now for about 6 months. We're still figuring out the best way to use it and ways that we might be able to expand programming with a book bus. One thing we didn't anticipate is that it's really a platform for the U.S. Embassy Public Affairs section to share all the other kinds of things that we do. So for example, we had a big exhibition in Kathmandu on climate change. Well, we're able to use this book bus as a mobile exhibition space, and we're able to take panels from that exhibition and show them around the country. I don't think we anticipated in the beginning that we'd be able to use the book bus as a complement to all the other programming that we do here. And now we're really seeing that we can do that. In the future, I'd like to see more English language learning activities along with the bus. That's certainly a priority for young people in Kathmandu and around the country to improve their English. The idea of the book bus is just to give people that experience that we all had growing up of going into a library, seeing an interesting book and being able to sit down and read it. So that's what we're trying to do with the book bus.
Because it's through reading that we learn about the world and about ourselves, and also how we learn to teach ourselves in other ways, because we can learn from a book, but we need to know how to learn from a book.